It's 2024 and this is a brand new film camera called the Lomomatic 110. It shoots 110 film, this little tiny film found in cartridges that you just drop right into the camera and start shooting with. All right, let's pop this thing open for the first time. Oh, of course. Open it and then boom, and then it's as simple as popping it in like that. I think you open and close it to like advance it. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, now it's on one. Just opening and closing it. That's crazy. And I'm just gonna snap a shot right here of this classic LA skyline. Wow, what a tiny little shutter noise. All right, we'll see how that turns out. I'm getting stage fright being out here with a camera and a tripod by myself. This is something I never do. I usually have somebody help me film my videos. Let's get out of here. Oh, dude, you got the long weekend bag.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, I'm here with my guy, Justin.
Hey, what's good?
I was just filming and he said, what's up?
Yeah.
Gotta try this. Take a photo on this little thing. All right, let me flick you up before it gets too dark. So it's the next day, it's sunrise up at Angeles Crest Highway and I'm still testing out the Lomomatic 110. I just thought I'd try to come up here before the sun gets too bright to shoot some of the beautiful like early morning colors, and it's been beautiful so far. I had a really nice peaceful drive this morning and that was awesome. But now back to the camera. It actually has a couple really cool features that I wanted to highlight. First of all, it's got a removable flash, which actually makes the camera much smaller when you take it off. It's got a multiple exposure mode, and it's got a night and day option, which is a simpler way to help someone choose which aperture to use. Night is actually an f2.8 aperture and day is a 5.6. It's pretty amazing that a brand new film camera in 2024 has a 2.8 aperture. I mean, especially for a camera with a little glass lens. Personally, I'd love to see this technology in a 35 or a 120 camera, but I would assume making a 110 camera is a lot easier to achieve than either of those, so this is a great place to start. Anyway, we're just gonna take some photos up here and see what we can make for real. Oh my gosh. I mean, guys, nothing makes you feel more insignificant than that noise. Let me try to shoot like a shot with some foreground. Ding! The sun is like hitting these hills over here. It's gonna crack over this mountain any second. But I really love all of these sort of like shadows and stuff that's on that mountain in the distance. So I'm gonna try to shoot a couple photos of that mountain with the 110 camera, but we will see. Yeah, that's cool. I'm actually almost done with this roll or cartridge. Look at the Jeep down there. It's so cute. I kind of want to try to shoot that whole like S curve right down there. That's kind of beautiful. Some of the images came out really nice like this, and other ones turned out really shaky like this, like slow shutter speed shaky. I'm not sure if this is my fault, like I had the day setting on when it should have been night or vice versa, but maybe we can correct this with the next roll. Unfortunately, I do have to note in the middle of the roll, 6 shots in a row were completely blank. I don't know if this is my fault. Again, this is my first roll, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. Next up, I went over to my homie's studio where they've got a clothing brand called Mauvais Garcon. I just wanted to stop by and try out the 110 with flash.
Man,
What's going on?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Bobby,
Good to see you.
how you doing?
I'm good. What are you guys working on?
Yo, just got some new labels for the
Oh.
new pieces that we're gonna be releasing hopefully soon.
Wow.
So stay up to date. So we got
Look
a
at
couple of those, and then yeah, man, we got a couple like new screen printed pieces over here.
Yeah.
So this rack right here.
Can I try something on?
Yeah,
whatever you
dude,
want.
you would look sick in that quarter.
This one? This is the camera I'm gonna shoot you guys on.
It's so
Oh,
cute.
that's
Isn't that crazy? Bro,
I think that's your size, dude.
with the pants, actually looks pretty cool. I'm gonna leave this on, but let's shoot. Are you about to use this thing?
I'm gonna crank it up for you.
All right, cool.
The soldier.
It's so quiet. One.
And be crazy.
You're going crazy for real. 3, 2, perfect. 1. What'd you guys make?
Just a little banger. Christian
Little jacket for you,
smashed
dude.
it.
For me?
Yeah.
But like, how did you do this? Like, is there like a, do you have a stencil or something?
Nope. Off from his head.
Like you just did this off rip
Yeah.
right now?
One of the things my mentor told me was you can, with chain stitching, because it's similar to tattooing, so you're steering from the bottom. You always want to start by tracing, and then after that, you want to go freehand, because it gets way better.
My God. So this is like a 1 of 1.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever done it in one line.
I think you, yeah.
You see? Dude,
How are we looking?
You look really good.
Wow.
You look like Walter White, bro.
Let's go.
Now these came out really nice. This photo in particular is so sharp that it almost looks like 35mm, and that shows you the true beauty of a sharp glass lens, even on a 110 camera, where each frame is like 1/3 of the size of a single frame of 35mm. Super tiny film, but sharp with the right optics. This is what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, this roll had 3 blank shots on it as well. In all 3 of those, the flash also never fired. But from looking at the negative, I think the shutter never opened at all. I don't think the hiccups that I've had with the camera really represent what this camera's capable of. What we're gonna do today is it's just like, it's bright. It's bright out, it's the middle of the day, and we're gonna try one more cartridge of film in broad daylight where it has more than enough light. There's no extra variables. I'm not gonna use the flash. I just wanna see if I can shoot some photos in broad daylight on some color negative film with the Lomomatic 110. Oh, wow. All right, should I try a selfie? 0.8, hold it out as far as I can. I guess we'll see. I'm so glad I went out and shot that extra roll in the middle of the day. They're pretty sharp for a film format that's like 1/3 of the size of a 35mm frame, and they're all exposed wonderfully. My first cartridge I shot, it was my first time using the camera, and my images came back shaky because I had the day setting on when I should have had the night setting on. The sun hadn't completely come over the horizon yet, so it was just too dark for the camera. It just didn't have enough light. And then my second roll, which was all flash photos, made it very clear that the camera thrives in very well lit situations, sometimes self-lit with its own flash. And third, taking it out in the middle of the day when it's super bright out, this camera is going to know exactly what to expose the film at because it's bright enough for its meter to know exactly what to do. Every roll I tried, I gave the camera a little bit more light, and it just did better and better. Unfortunately, also that last roll had 3 missing shots from it, and I still don't know why, but I think I figured it out. When you take a photo on this camera, after you press the button, 2 things happen. 1, it opens the shutter and exposes the film, and 2, I think some other mechanism moves to let the camera know when you close the camera, it should be advancing. Because if you don't take a photo and you close the camera, it doesn't advance the film. It just knows not to. So I had been going to take a photo, pressing the shutter, and I think it only told the camera it could advance and it just didn't open the shutter. And that's why that happened on all 3 rolls. I'm not sure if this is an issue with just my camera, since I think mine is a tester camera, maybe it's an early production model, but that is something that I thought was worth sharing since every single roll I shot came back with 3+ blank images. 110 film is such a fun format. Lomography has done an amazing job since 2012, reviving it entirely on their own. Now there's like 5 to 7 Lomography film stocks available in 110, which is just amazing. After shooting these cartridges of 110, I then realized how difficult it is to get it processed and scanned. I hit up a lot of film labs in LA, and I only found 3 that would process and only 1 of them would scan. And the one that would also scan was charging like $26 for development and scanning. Their 35mm Devon scan was $13. That is over double the price of 35mm. This lab that processed my 110 film only could process the color. You might be like, what are you talking about? You didn't shoot any black and white. I shot an entire cartridge of their Orca 100 black and white film, took it to the lab, and it came back blank. And unfortunately, it was a processing error, so I didn't get to show that off. I think 110 film is absolutely worth trying out, but for the price point, it's really hard to justify if you're already shooting 35mm. Even though the film is only $8 a cartridge, then when it comes to processing and scanning it, it's more of a hassle, more time consuming, and more expensive than getting 35mm scanned, which in my opinion makes it pretty hard to justify, but give credit where credit is due. More film formats and film stocks are absolutely for the better. This little camera is brand new, they're producing it now, it's got a sharp little lens, and it gives you an opportunity to experience a film format that you probably have never tried before, and that's really special in itself. I'm not really quite too sure what happened with all the blank frames, but hopefully that's just my model. Lomography, thank you so much for letting me borrow this to test it out. I hope you guys enjoyed because this is definitely a little different than the stuff I usually post on here. So go check out some of the other videos on YouTube about this camera. There are so many bouncing around already. Figure out if you want to try this out yourself. As always, I'm Linus. Peace.